In Mrs. Kumalo's grade 10 maths literacy class, the learners were preparing for their financial literacy topic. To make the lesson easier, she decided to tell a story about 3 types of income: fixed, variable, and occasional income. Imagine, she began, that there are 3 friends, Lindai, Tabo, and Amina. Each of them earns money in a different way. Lindai receives fixed income. Every month, she earns the same amount from her job. Whether it is January or June, her salary stays exactly at 10,000. She knows that she can always expect her money on the same date and that the amount never changes. This makes it easy for her to plan her budget because fixed income is regular and predictable. Then there is Tabo, who earns variable income. He works at a car wash and gets paid according to how many cars he washes each week. Some weeks are busy, so he earns more money. Other weeks are quiet, and he earns less. His income changes from week to week. This is what we call variable income, money that comes in regularly, but the amount changes all the time. Finally, there is Amina, who receives occasional income. She does not get paid regularly. Sometimes she earns money when she sells homemade jewelry at the market. Other times, she receives money only on special occasions, like her birthday or during December holidays. These sources of income do not come every month, and the amount is never the same. Occasional income is irregular and only happens once in a while. After the story, Mrs. Kumalo smiled and said, "So you see, fixed income stays the same, variable income changes often, and occasional income comes only sometimes." Understanding these types helps us manage money wisely. The learners nodded, realizing that income can come in many forms, and knowing the difference helps them plan for real-life situations.
In grade 10 maths literacy, Mr. Dlamini wanted his learners to understand how people spend money. To make the lesson interesting, he told a story about a young woman named Ayanda, who had just started managing her own finances. Every month, Ayanda sat at her small kitchen table with her notebook and calculator. She divided her spending into 3 types of expenditure: fixed, variable, and occasional. This helped her understand where her money went and how she could plan better. First, she looked at her fixed expenses. These were the costs that stayed exactly the same every month. No matter what happened, she had to pay them. Her rent was for $500 every month, her Wi-Fi package was always $399, and her transport pass cost $800 a month. These were predictable and regular. Ayanda liked fixed expenses because she could plan for them in advance, they never surprised her. Next, she checked her variable expenses. These expenses happened regularly, but the amount changed depending on her choices or situation. Every month, she bought groceries, but the total was never the same, sometimes $1,200, other times $1,450. Her electricity also changed depending on how much she used. Even her cell phone airtime was different each month. Variable expenses made budgeting trickier because they could increase or decrease, so Ayanda had to be careful. Finally, she reviewed her occasional expenses. These were the costs that did not happen every month. They came only once in a while. Sometimes she needed to buy new school shoes for her younger brother, which happened maybe twice a year. Other times she spent money on gifts for birthdays or special events. Once, her kettle stopped working and she had to buy a new one. That was also an occasional expense.